Got the steeple carved out of stone, but the people starving. Idols and stone, the devil's bargaining. Bishop in a Benz, deacon in Prada. Meanwhile, you got a single mom in here praying that she can afford a bill for water. You turn the message into merchandise. You're selling nothing but fear. Would you even be welcoming the Messiah if he walked up in here? I read the red letters and I studied the text. Jesus wasn't begging for money and checks, or he didn't have no mega church to flex. He was flipping tables over, yeah, he was causing a disruption, screaming at the Pharisees, talking about the corruption. He said the kingdom's within you, it's not inside of some gate. And y'all built this country club of hate. You lost your ways, you didn't pay your dues. You let all the corruption come in, and you got tricked off by the Jews. How you forget that you gotta follow the sun? If not, you ain't no chosen one. Love the congregation, hate the connection. Pass that plate for collection, but you dodge the reflection. Jesus said where two gather in my name, but he ain't have no big church for fame. Tear the temple down with bricks at the floor. God ain't in no box, not no box with a lock on the door. No God ain't in a box with a lock on the door. Let's take back the mount, take it back to the well. He sat with outcasts, he didn't send them to hell. He spoke of redemption, he didn't set up a board to file tax exemption. But now it's all power, suits and ties, using scripture as a weapon to cover up lies. Matthew 6, verse 5. Yeah, go look up that verse. Don't preach on the corners just to quench your thirst for attention. But you're on these TV screens, evangelists, scams and schemes. Don't call no man on earth father, but you do. You bow down to the Pope like he's better than you. The veil ripped halfway when he took his last breath. So why you stitching it back up and charging us for the thread? They love the congregation, but they hate the connection. They offer in the plate, but they dodge the reflection. Jesus said, where two or three gathered in my name. He didn't build a stadium, make money fame. God ain't in no box with a lock on the door. No, God ain't in no box with a lock on the door. They love the congregation, but they hate the connection. They want to offer the plate, but they dodge the reflection. Jesus said, where two gathered in my name. They didn't say build a stadium, mark the fame. Tear the temple down, watch the bricks hit the floor. God ain't in no box with a lock on the door. No, God ain't living in a box with a lock on the door. He said destroy this temple, 3 days I'll raise it. He wasn't talking about building where hypocrite praise it. He was talking about the body, the soul, and that can't control. They can't franchise a spirit, you can't incorporate a ghost. The one who claims to know best is usually the one that hurt the most. Keep your stained glass windows and velvet seats. I'll find God in the gutter, I'll find God in the streets. I find them with the sick and the poor, the ones that I share and to keep away from the door. Man, you built this empire back in the carpet of the sun, but you ought to love and knew the war is done. You reloaded the gun and aimed it right at the sheep, and now those shepherds weeping and the hill's too steep. No mega church, no dome, so spot so high. Can't match the temple to build inside your eye. Stop looking at the stage, stop looking at the roof. You look inside your brother's heart and looking at the proof. Where the two or three are gathered, that's the church. Not the brick, not the mortar, just the spirit.